Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining this session. Okay. So, a warm welcome to you all today for today's webinar on ISO 14001 2026. What's changing and how to prepare. So, this is an exciting moment for all of us in the field of environmental management because ISO 14001 is getting its first major revision in almost 10 years. So, these changes are not just updates on the paper, but they are about addressing the real world challenges like sustainability, climate goals, and the expectation of businesses and communities worldwide. Over the next few hours, we'll be walk you through what's changing, what it means for the organizations, and most importantly, how you can get ready for it. So before we all dive in, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Saurabh Purtarkar, and I'm looking after certification and training operations at Quality Austria Central Asia. Just to quickly introduce about Quality Austria Central Asia, QSEA has been around over a decade, working with more than 2,100 clients across India, with 26 offices and more than 3,200 people and multiple accreditations, including NABCB, QCI, IRCA, and ISO 17020. We support organizations in certification, inspection, testing, cybersecurity, and sustainability. Just few quick housekeeping points before we move ahead. This session will run for around 2 hours, including Q&A session at the end. Please, I would request you to please drop your questions in the chat or Q&A tab that has been created, and we'll address those questions later during our Q&A session. Everyone's currently muted, but we'll open you at the end, for the interaction, as I mentioned during the Q&A session. It's a request if you can please keep your mics on. It always makes the session feel more connected. And don't worry if you miss something. This webinar is being recorded and will be available on our website along with our past webinars as well. So you can access our past webinars also. You can just visit our website. You can go to the webinar section. So you'll find our this current and all our past webinars. So now it's my pleasure to introduce today's trainer, Professor Satish Lokhande. He brings him more than 43 years of experience across industries, academies, and management systems. He is a mechanical engineer with multiple management qualifications, currently pursuing his PhD and has worked in quality materials and operations with 17 years in industry and 10 years in academics. For past 16 years, he has been consulting, auditing, and training organizations to achieve excellence in management systems. So we are really fortunate to have him with us today, and I'm sure his insights will give you a lot of clarity on how to approach the upcoming changes in ISO 14001. So with this, I'll like to introduce Satish sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me? Participants, it's a request. You can on your cameras. You would be able to on your cameras. So as I mentioned, it would help us connect you well. So
sometimes we may see some people may be known. It's opportunity for us to see each other after some time. Saro, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can put it in the presentation mode. Rest is okay.
Just wait. Yes, good afternoon and welcome to this webinar. You may have some interesting questions with you, but we request you to send your questions to us. We will answer you in a very detailed way because it's a webinar. So we will not be time due to the time constraint. We may not be able to answer you all questions. So request you to send all your questions to us and we will be able to handle it as separate. Fine. So we are all eagerly waiting for 14001 2026 what changing and how to prepare. So the three phase this presentation is development, one is the changes and one is the transition. Since we are in management system, we are very much familiar from 14,001 earlier standards, that is 1996 standard, then 14,001 2004 standard, 2015 standard, and various transitions we are very much familiar with or we are aware. Now, what is being changing from 2015 to 2026? That will be the area of interest for everyone, including certifying body, including our business partners, consultants, our clients, all are interested to go through this. So these contents are four contents. One is the development, process, and schedule. Second is 14,001 2026 expected changes, transition rules and timeline, and other information. So this will be discussing in four parameters. So let us understand development, process, and schedule. So we are talking about this process. Yeah, you can stop sharing. Thank you. So development, process, and schedule 14,001 2026. We are looking into this. Then development, process, and schedule. Development, process, and schedule. Process of development. What we'll be doing? Drafting of 14,001 revision started in September 2023. Okay. So this is the revision which is started in 2023. Okay. And we will be learning this very clearly on those lines. Okay, fine. So process of drafting. So there is a committee. This is started in September 2023. Generally what happens? Generally what happens? When the standard is being developed, we find the validity of the standard certification is only for 3 years. Example, when the 14,001 2015 standard was developed, the validity of the certificate, the first company may be certified. So validity is from 2018. So within the 3 years period, clients, consultant, certifying body, please make it full screen. It is there in the full screen. It is not in the full screen. I am able to share you full screen. You are saying full screen is not there. One. See, I was telling the 3-year transition period is there. Okay. So till the 2015 to 2018, what happens? We are getting the feedback from the standard, from the certifying bodies. Can you wait for 5 minutes? Let me log in with the other laptop. What is happening? Just wait. So validity of the standard for certification is 3 years. So when standard came in 2015, the validity was for 3 years. So within the 3 years period, what happens? There will be a lot of changes which people may be experiencing. The first person to get affected is the client. Client may have some difficulties in implementation. Consultant also may be referring the standard and he or she also may having some questions, as well as certifying body also will have some concerns. So these three are getting affected, and that is the reason the feedback received from the client, certifying bodies is being discussed, and then it is being discussed and forwarded to the working committee. This is the process of changing the standard. So developed by this particular standard is developed by ISO TC, that is Technical Committee 207. As we know very well, every standard has got their own committees. For 14,001 2026, the committee is ISO TC, stands for Technical Committee 207. If you go to the standards forward page, it will be there mentioned. So that is the sectional committee 1, and working group is 15, who is doing this convenership under the ANSI. Okay, says American National Standards Institute. That is being followed by this US. Then third line we see development is based on the design specification document which was bottled and approved by national member bodies. So when standard is getting changed, there are many bodies are there who are the participant of ISO TC 207 and who contribute their advices as and when required. So these specifications state the direction for development which need to be adhered by the working group, that is working group 15. The changes can be expected to be quite limited for version or revision based on the design specification and current draft document. The current stage is DIS, that is the draft international standard. This is the stage. What are the stages of standard? That also we are going to discuss. But the changes are for extent of changes of 2015 edition, which were more substantial. So what is meaning of that? ISO 14001 2004 standard and the change to the 2015 was quite big. And that is the reason it says substantial change was there. Whereas due to limited changes, the transition to the new standard should be relatively easy for companies to implement. 2004 to 2015, there was a lot of changes were there. We know very well, okay, that high level structure was there. So it was initially difficult for to digest and implement it for auditors also, for consultant also, for the companies who are implementing. Now, this 2015 to 2026 change is very minimal. Therefore, it will be easy for to implement. Okay, we as a Quality Austria follows the 14001 development very closely. We are a participant on that. We are working on the group. So Quality Austria represent in a 14,000 working group, that is WG15. We are a member of that. And that is the reason we are able to speak something than others. Yeah, Saurabh, can you go to the next?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So 14,001 2026 design specification defines scope changes. So what is design specification? Design specification reflects the limitation of the changes. Some of the specifications we can see. No new requirement should be introduced. Amendment should be made to provide for better understanding of existing requirement. So there is no amendment as such, like what we have seen in 2015. We got amendment for a climate change. It was amendment. So here there won't be any amendment. Okay. The scope of the amendment is limited to the incorporation of the text from latest revision of the harmonized structure. Now what we are going to see, till yesterday 2015 standard, we all were speaking about high level structure. Now it has been renamed as a scope design specification. It will be called as harmonized structure. So instead of HLS, we'll be speaking that high level structure will not speak no more. We say now HS, that is harmonized structure. Now, in addition to clarify the requirement associated with some defined key topics by enhancing guidance and Annexure. Now, in our standard, that is 2015 standard, the clause number 1 to clause number 10.3 were spread over 17 pages that we know very well. So then Annexure A was starting with page number 18 to page number 31. That was Annexure A. That also we know it was a guidance for clause number 4 to clause number 10.3. So whenever we wanted to get a guidance from clause number 4, we were going to the Annexure A, that is starting with page number 18 to 31. Similar kind of annexure also will be here in 2026. Okay, same structure will be there. Amendment versus new revision. What we are going to see. Okay, in this ballot, February 2023, it was initially decided to have the new 14,001 as an amendment to the 2015 version and not a complete new revision. Listen very carefully. In February 2023, it was decided that instead of changing entire standard, we will make only the amendment in that. That was the decision in the February 2023. But later on, however, many working group members like we as a Quality Austria claim that an amendment format would not be feasible for users of the standard due to substantial number of changes made throughout the document. Since there were so many documents, change was there. So amendment will not work better. And this decision was also taken in October 2024. It was decided by ISO TC 207 Sectional Committee 1 that on publication March 2026, the standard will be published as a new revision rather than amendment to the 2015 edition. I will complete statement to you. I will make a complete statement. I am making you clarification on this PPT presentation. 2015 standard is having amendment. That is the amendment for the climate change. We know that. And that shall be the similar kind of amendments also in 2015 standard in the February 23. But this ISO TC sectional committee, they said amendment will be really difficult for user who are using this standard. So instead of that, why we shall not make a complete new revision? And that was a fantastic and appealing and best decision by ISO TC 207 Sectional Committee 1. And thanks to them, instead of making various amendments, they say, let us have new revision of the standard. Is it clear? So 2015 is not the amendment standard, but it will be a complete new standard that will say 14,001 2026. This is the broad level. Instead of high level structure, we'll be calling as a design specification, that is harmonized structure. This is the explanation on this point. Yes, sir. Saurabh, can we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Now, we are already aware, but still we like to tell you, standard, whenever there is a change is there, standard goes with this process. Okay. I was telling you, when any standard comes, the validity of the standard is 3 years. And after the third year, that means 2018, the committees start discussing on various feedback. Feedback from different sectors, not a company. Automotive as a sector, aeronautics as a sector, chemical as a sector, service sector, like that various sector, oil and gas as a sector, agriculture as a sector. Different sectors give their findings, their difficulties to the working draft committee. And this was the period that drafting was done. For every stage participant, I like to tell you, there is a 75% voting is also required. That working draft 15, working group 15, as well as sectional committee, ISO TC 207, sectional committee 1, there is a 75% voting has to take place from one stage to another. And that is the reason this every stage, it goes 75% voting of working committee. And then it goes from working draft to the committee draft to the DIS. Dear participant, we are at this stage today. Okay. And after this, there will be again 75% voting will be there, because it is a very important duration. It is not just the voting. Lot of brain people are applying. Their expertise is there. Their expertise, opinions are there from different sectors. And their experience will make us to make a final draft standard. It is expected by December 25 to January 26. So by the end of this year, we are expecting this final draft standard. When this will come, it is almost 99% complete, and then it becomes a standard. So expected publication is March 2026. This is the flow diagram what we do. Yeah, fine. Right. This is the pages, and this is the time the standard is already moving. That is what we wanted to explain to you. Thank you, sir. Now, if you have any question, commonly we understood that before presenting to you, we have also made our questions. Generally, this will be the questions. So I request you read yourself, and this may be your question. That is what we have thought of. So generally, this will be question from the participant side. We have also done one small validation at our end when we have also shared with this to our team. Our team has given this kind of questions. So we thought this may be the questions the people who will be joining with us. So we thought we will share these few questions. And apart from that, if you have any question, you are free to write to us. And definitely we may have another webinar also. If somebody due to force majeure condition could not attend this, you can send your request to Saurabh, and definitely we may have another second webinar also for your benefit. So generally this will be the questions with common person. Okay, we are understood, and it is okay. Shall we go ahead? If you have anything more questions, you can definitely write it. But we have validated this webinar at our end, and we found this kind of questions maybe from the participant. So we can say it is internal validation we have done, and people have given the questions. Yes, Aditya, any question? If you got any question, you can write, or this will be general common question. That is what we have thought of. Fine. Shall we go ahead? I think people are saying yes, okay. So at the moment they are comfortable. Yeah. So 14,001 2026 expected main changes. What we are expecting main changes. So main changes as seen from the latest draft document, because we got a copy of DI stage compared with the 2015 edition. Note that this is not an exhaustive list, but may be changed later draft. Whatever the changes are there in the DIS, that only we are talking about. Possibility after the DIS voting of 75%, when it will go to the final draft standard, probably there may be more changes. So we are claiming that whatever the changes we are showing in this webinar are from DIS only. So that is our disclaimer. So I am repeating my statement. Our claim is that whatever the changes are at the moment in the draft international standard, we are talking about that only. Possibility from DI stage, by the weighting, it may go to the final draft international standard, then there can be some more changes. But changes what we are talking with the disclaimer that we are limiting to the DIS at the moment. So chapter 3, we know very well clause number 1 to clause number 10.3 as per the 2015 structure, we know very clear the scope, normative reference, terms and definitions, which we are already known. You are all experts. This is not a training. Okay. But clause number 3, we know that current standard 2015, clause number 3 is talking about terms and definition. If you refer 2015 standard on the page number 35, there are 34 definitions are there, and they are being addressed in the clause number 3. I am repeating my statement. We know the clause terms and definitions. These are in the current standard, that is 2015 standard, page number 35. There is an alphabetical list is there, and in that we can see 34 definitions are there. Now, what has been changed in the clause number 3 in the 2026, that the definition which we talk about risk, that is 3.2.10, has been removed. We know that definition, risk is nothing but effect of uncertainty. Okay, that definition is removed, but there is a good news is there. What is the good news? In only the standard 14,001 2026 is the only standard. Rather, 14,001 2015 is the standard. It has got risk and opportunity definition. No other standard is having this kind of definition. But yes, 2026 standard, this definition remain as it is. So learning or what we got it, risk definition is removed, whereas risk and opportunity definition remains unchanged. So rationale for removing it is the fact. So this definition is removed, whereas risk and opportunity definition is as it is. This is one change. So clause number 3, this is one change. Clause number 4, we know very well context of the organization. So context of organization, in 2015, we have seen the amendment about climate change. Now, climate change is no more amendment, but climate change is a part of external issues. Now, 2015 standard, there was amendment, and February 25 onwards, it was being audited by the auditor. Client was forced to action on the climate change in the clause number 4.2 as well as 4.1 and 4.2. Our consultant partners, they were also supposed to do some action on 4.1 and 4.2. And that is the reason we can see there is no amendment, but it is now part of 4.1 and 4.2. So it has also come in 4.1, climate change as the external issue. You can see here. So climate change is considered as external issue, and that is a part of the standard and no more amendment. Similarly, clause number 4.2, that is understanding the need and expectation of interested party. So climate change is also considered as a need and expectation of interested party. So this is the, instead of amendment, it is a part of the standard. The conclusion in this slide is, in the definition, risk definition is removed, whereas risk and opportunity remains unchanged. Amendment about the climate change is no more amendment, but it has been addressed in the clause number 4.1, that is issues, external international issues. The title of the standard is context of the organization. So no more amendment, it is a part of issues, and that is the external issue as a climate change. Similarly, in the clause number 4.2, it is not an amendment, but it is a part of the standard. And therefore, in the clause number 4.2, it is considered as a need and expectation of interested party, climate change. So this is the conclusion, and this is the these are the expected changes in the clause number 3, clause number 4. If you have any question, please write it, we'll answer it. Thank you. Yeah. Now let us talk about our very important clause, planning. Okay. So main changes as seen from the latest draft document DIS. So what is the change in the clause number 6? We can see here. Now clause number 6.1, action to address risk and opportunity. The text has been restructured with the aim of clarify existing requirement. Most of the text in 6.1.1 general has been removed, and the new clause has come under the 6.1.4. So wherever leadership is not having change, very correct. Ajit sir, there is no change in the clause number 5 at the moment in the DIS. So your question, the clause number 5 remains unchanged at the DIS. So DIS is not having any change in the clause number 5. Our typical clause number 5.1, leadership and commitment, that A to H point, A to J point are same. Clause number 5.2, environmental policy. Our clause number 5.3, organization role, responsibility, authorities remain same at the moment. Whatever the changes are there, that only we are discussing at this moment. Okay. So wherever in the standard general clause was there, okay, in the clause 6.1.1, we used to say general. So no more general there. Now that clause is being removed. See, you can see general has been moved to the new clause. Not removed means moved. Okay. And risk and opportunities and planning action is updated and renumbered as 6.1.5. This is the change. So action to address risk and opportunities, this clause, the text has been restructured with the aim to clarify existing requirement. Most of the text in the 6.1.1 general has been moved to a new clause 6.1.4. And risk and opportunities and planning action is updated and renumbered 615. This is the arrangement. The main aim of restructuring is to support the concept that it is 3 distinct sources. So what are the 3 distinct sources? Providing input, yes sir, 6.1.4. Yeah, it is there. It is there, part of planning only. So you can see here it is clause 6.1.4. Okay, let me complete. I can check in your questions also. Let me go through explanation. The main aim of the restructuring is to support concept that are the three distinct resources, providing input to identify action needed to be implemented in EMS processes. See 6.1.5. Significant environmental aspects 6.1.2, compliance obligations 6.1.3, and risk and opportunity 6.1.4. Okay, so the clauses will remain same as it is. Example 6.1.2, 6.1.3, 6.1.4, 6.1.5. Okay, is it clear? Not clear. If anybody has got any question, yeah, writing. People have some writing. Yeah, renaming 6.1.4 planning action. Right, perfectly right. That is good. No change in the clause number 5. Yes, there is no change at the moment in DIS. We don't know whether it is in final draft, something comes, but at the moment, as we claim DIS, no change in the clause number 5. Coming to the Vandana's question, okay, that is 6.1.4 planning action. So there will be same case 6.1.1, 6.1.2, 6.1.3, 6.1.4. Only renaming is done, that is risk and opportunities planning action. Okay, fine. That is the only rename. Thank you. So 6.1.2, let us see what is new. Environmental aspect, which we know, the definition very clearly we know, element of an organization's activities, product and services interact or can interact with the environment. So same aspect. Now what is change in this? New note added to the text to explain concept of life cycle perspective. Now life cycle perspective, what we have studied, it was talking about excavation, okay, production, okay, processes, transportation, okay, disposal, up to that limit all them. So if you see the note, life cycle can include the acquisition, raw material, design, production, transportation, delivery, use, end life treatment, and final disposal. This was the case. Okay. The term life cycle is also defined in the chapter 3, that is clause number 3, and has remained unchanged from 2015 edition. So there is no change. Now, what is there? A life cycle perspective includes consideration of the environmental aspect and impact associated with the organization's product and services at each life stages. The life stages that can include acquisition, okay, raw material, design. So note is only added in the explanation. Okay, fine. So this note is being added. That's all. New note added in the text explain the concept of life cycle perspective. Right. So this is the two main changes are there. We learned that 6.1 action to address risk and opportunities has been changed. Okay. There's more clarity now on life cycle effect. Thank you very much. Yeah, very correct. Yeah, go ahead now. Thank you. Sir, clause number 6.3, clause number 8, and clause number 10. This we are going to look into it. So again, clause number 6.3, the new clause, planning and managing the changes. Note that this add-on is triggering bias harmonized structure context, but further amended when the organization determines the need for changes that affect or can affect the environmental management system. The changes shall be carried out in a planned manner. The changes shall be managed to ensure that the organization can achieve the intended outcome of its environmental management system. The need for changes to the environmental management system can arise from internal and external sources. See A.6.2, for example. So 6.3 has having the note is added. Okay, clause number 6.3, planning and managing the changes. This note is added. Fine. This is the only change in this 6.3. Now operation. Okay, clause number 8.1. What is the change? Let us see. Operational planning and control. Third paragraph is amended with underline and deleted text. What is that? The organization shall ensure that externally provided processes, product or services that are relevant to the environment management system are control and influence, the type and extent of control and influence to be applied and shall be defined within the environmental management system. So this is the change. Operation planning control. This third paragraph is amended with underline and deleted text. So this is the externally provided process. Fine. This is the change into this. Clause number 10, 10.1 general is now consolidated with the previous clause 10.3 control improvement and renumbered as 10.2. Previous 10.2 non-conformity action is renumbered as 10.1. Now this change I like to tell you, if you are familiar with ISO 50001 energy management, in energy management, we can see only two clauses, that is 10.1 and 10.2. Similar structure has been added because 2015 standard, there was a three sub clauses, that was 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. So 10.1 was general, 10.2 was very clearly non-conformity and corrective action, and 10.3 we are very much familiar, continual improvement. Now this general is being added into the 10.3 and 10.2, okay, and that is now there are only two clauses are there instead of 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. So there are only two clauses are there, 10.1 and 10.2. Yes, so it is exactly like our 50,001. In 50,001 there are no three sub clauses, but there are only two clauses. So this is the change. Any question? If you have any specific question, you can write in the chat box. I can see it. So in the chart, especially generally, I will say the word general was there, or the clauses which were general, they are being added into this, or I can say they are merged. Example, clause number 6.1.1 general, it is added into that. Similarly, here in 10.1, general is added into the 10.1, and that is being considered as a non-conformity and corrective action. Only numbering now 10.1, non-conformity and corrective action 10.2. Super, perfectly right. So that is what I said. In 50,001, we got only two clauses, 10.1, that is non-conformity and corrective action, and 10.2, we talk about continual improvement. So the general word and general clause 10.1 is being added into the 10.1. Thank you. Perfect understanding. Go ahead. Thank you, sir. Let us move further. Now, what are the expected main changes? Okay. What are the expected main changes? That also we like to see. Some other amendments to align with wording in Annex SL. Okay. We know Annex SL was there when this transition period was going on. That is 2012, when all the standards, we know very well, we are expert in the management system. When different standards were having different clauses, it was very difficult for auditors and even the consultant and clients to implement integrated management system. So in the 2012, the high level structure has come, and we came to know that from 2012 onwards, by and large, all the standards which were being revised, they were having Annex SL structure, Annex SL structure, that is clause number 1 to 10 structure. Now, some other amendments to align this, where there are requirements for documented information. We know very well documented information clause. Throughout the 2015 edition, the standard is now referring that documented information shall be available. Now you are all experts who have joined here. Okay. But what was there and what is there, that I like to tell. 2015 standard, few clauses were silent on documentation. They were only talking about determine, which we are already knowing about it. Example, clause number 4.1, standard was saying, or standard is saying, organization shall determine external, internal issues. Clause number 4.2, again it was saying, or it is still saying, the organization shall determine need and expectation of interested party. But when you go to the clause number 4.3, standard says organization shall maintain a documented information of its scope. Similarly, when you go to the clause number 7.2, it says organization retain a documented information. When you come to the clause number 5.2, environmental policy, standard says policy shall be made documented information. Available and maintain documented information. That is the place the word was there, available and maintain documented information. Now, what will happen? In this standard, it is very clearly said shall be available. Can you see? It says shall be available rather than documented information shall be retained and maintained as used in 2015. I'm concluding for your simple understanding. Now, ISO 2026 standard, it is only talking about document shall be available. It doesn't specifically say maintain. It doesn't say specifically retain. Is it clear? Yeah, we'll force to ensure documented information is available. Right. Okay. In 2015, there were two categories, rather three categories for understanding. One was optional, example 4.1, 4.2. 4.3 and 5.2 was maintained document information. For example, clause number 7.2 competence retain was required. Management review retain word was there. Internal audit retain word was there. Okay. So many places retain and maintain documented information. The wording was there. In 2026, that wording will not be there, but everywhere it will be called as shall be available. Any question on this? If you got any question, you can say so. Now, introduce the following sub-chapters under 9.3 management review. Again, I told wherever the general was there, the general is now added into the respective clause. So introduce the following subclauses. We cannot say that seriousness is removed. Okay. Does the reduce record retention seriousness? No. I will not be able to give this answer whether it is seriousness is removed or not. Instead of maintain and retain two different families. So now it is said shall be available. So boss, when it is available, it has to be maintained and retained na, by default, isn't it? When I have to make it available. So you as an auditor, I don't know whether you're auditor or consultant. So if you're an auditor, let us say you're auditor, and when you come to my place, you say document is available. So I have to make it available means I have to make it, na sir. Okay. The wording for retain and maintain has made to be as available. Yes, if the document shall be available. Yes, if the document shall be available in return, then frequency of maintained document is relevant naturally. That all will be there. Only wording to distinguish whether it is written or maintained, that wording is not there. 100%. You have to make it available. So fine. That was the wording. Here it is very clear, shall be available. So that document control process will be definitely there, sir. No doubt about it. Sir, our control of document process, what we are talking about, that revision number, title, prepared by, approved by, checker, maker, all those control will remain same. Sir, that document control change will be there. 100%. That will not totally change. It doesn't say, no, sir. Does it say that clause number 7.5.1, 7.5.2, 7.5.3 change? No, it doesn't say that. So that remains unchanged. Instead of that, maintain and retain word is there. It is only says available. Thank you, sir, for understanding. Great. So introduce the following sub-chapters under 9.3 management review. 9.3.1 is general. 9.3.2 is management review input. And 9.3.3 management review result or output. However, in context are the same. Only some minor textual modifications are there. For Annexure A, there are some amendments in various chapters to ensure consistently with the requirement of clause number 4 to 10 to support their interpretation. So learning here or understanding here, Annexure A, which was in 2015 from page number 18 to page number 31, remains the similar amendment here, but there are some modifications are also there for more understanding. So here it says Annexure A, there are some amendments in various chapters to ensure consistency with the requirement clauses 4 to 10 and to support their interpretation. Okay, this is what is being done. Now I like to wait. Saurabh, just wait. Now I was telling you wherever the general word is there, it has been added to the subsequent clauses. So somebody may say, exactly. So somebody may say, you told that, or DI is saying, in the clause number 6.1, general is being added to some other clauses. In the clause number 10.1, general is added into the 10.2, and that has been instead of 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, it is made only 2. That is 10.2 and 10.3. What about this clause number 9? That will be very obvious question. Exactly. Somebody is asking, I think Mr. Amit is asking this question. Sir, boss, at the moment, there is no clarity here. Generally, as it is. Exactly. I was expecting some person will say that. Since clause number 6 and clause number 10, the general is being merged to other clause, why not here? At the moment, there is no information on this. Okay. So I will not be able to say that on 9.3 also, there are only two clauses. At the moment, no such a information is there. Since under it is, we are discussing under DIS. Probably in FDIS may happen, don't know. Yes, Amit is asking one question. As clause 4.1, 4.2 climate change, it is required to add QMS 9001 manual. Yes, sir. But at the moment, we are discussing on 14,001. So, Amit, I'll be cross my fingers to answer that. Okay, fine. So here, if you are making the manual, you can. Okay, because climate change is a part of this. But if you are starting, yes, it is a part of the manual. No? So that means it is a part of the clause number 4, 4.1, 4.2, and it is no more amendment. That much I can say. Okay, thank you. Did I answer your question, Amit? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let us go further. Yeah, at the moment, see, QMS also is getting changed. Sir, when we'll get a QMS DIS copy, we will meet again. Okay. Sir, enjoy at the moment environment management system 14,001. When QMS will come, will definitely, my friend Saurabh will have one more amendment DIS. When DIS comes, QMS will make a beautiful presentation to your satisfaction and we'll call you again. So why you are meeting only one time? Let us meet on some other more time. No, there are 3 standards are under revision. That is QMS, EMS, and even OH and S. So let us meet frequently and share our exchange of knowledge. So wait for QMS also. Soon we'll be making a DIS for that. Presentation, webinar. So please join. We will request you to join and share your questions and share your thought. Thank you. Sir, considering all this, we have made very big, lengthy questions. So in previous presentation, we have made 4 questions. Now there are series of questions, which may be considering your mind. Some people are able to express the questions, but some people may not be. So anticipating that, we have made question number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So please read this, and this may be your question also. If it is your question, answer is ready-made. Coming, sir. Implementation part, we are coming. Just wait. Yeah. How does the strengthen climate action? Yes, we'll be talking on that. Yes. There are few slides are left out. We'll be talking on the implementation part also. Yeah. Saurabh, just wait. Let some people read the question also. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because 5 to 10 questions are there, then 11 to 16 questions are there.
Yes. Now we are there on the 11 to 16.
Yeah. Because 5 to 10 questions over now, 11 to 16 question you can read.
So you want me to go back? Okay.
Back. Okay. Yes, 11 to 16. We have created our own question bank because we had our validation, in-house validation. Our senior, junior, all the auditor, trainer, we have seen each other and anticipating what other people also may ask this question. So we thought, let us make our own question and other people also may have additional some questions. So your questions will be also added into this. By the time FDIS come, so your questions, our question bank will add, and we may have another one webinar on FDIS also. We have got 3-4 webinars. Please remember, please join us. We may have QMS also. We are planning to go for 45,001 also. It is not directly, sir. Okay, because it will be a part of sustainability. Sir, it is not reporting in that. Yeah.
Point 14, I think so.
Yeah. But that will be part of sustainability. People are having this kind of question. Okay, Green Deal, international carbon reporting. This will not be here. Okay, fine. This is not a part of EMS. It will be part of climate change. It will be part of climate change, sir. It is not here.
Somebody is asking what is SDG. So I think so it is Sustainable Development Goal.
Yeah.
Could we move?
Yeah, Sustainable Development Goal. There are 17 goals are there. Sustainable Development Goals. Right. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, transition rule, sir, which is your area of interest. Generally, people are very much interested If the standard comes in March 2026, okay, or in the January 26, if the final draft comes and by and large changes are there, then what to do? So transition rule and timeline. So IAF, International Accreditation Forum, is expected to develop an IAF mandatory document for transition certificate of ISO 14001 2026, because this standard is changing. So definitely IAF, currently IAF mandate calculation, there is a standard available, IAF MD 5 2023. There is a guideline standard for mandate calculations. Okay. Since now standard is getting changed, IAF also has to tighten their belt for consideration of mandates and even the change in the time scale. That is called as transition period. So IAF has not yet started the process to define this transition rule and timeline. It is expected that this will be available in a due time before the publication date. Because IAF also is working on back end, that because when the standard is changing, they have to consider the mandate calculations, mandate calculation change. You know very well, some of you may be consultants, some of you may be auditors, some may be some companies, clients. So there is one document is there by IAF, that is IAF MD5 guideline, year 2023. So that is the reason IAF also working on that. But by the time standard is getting published, maybe final draft standard, IAF will also come. But our past experience from 1996 standard, 2004 standard, so we are considering the past record. Transition time is typically 2 to 3 years through transition of existing certificate to the new edition. For the 2015 edition, the transition period was 3 years. However, based on limited extent of changes, timeline may be shorter. Now, what is the meaning of this? 2004 to 2015, there were so many changes were there. Therefore, typical 3 years transition was given. Now, since the time is given short, why? Because there are no much changes are there. If you see the summary of the changes, clause number 3, okay, clause number 4, clause number 6, clause number 8, clause number 10, and clause number 9. So changes are not so great. And that is the reason, with our experience as a quality Astrea, through looking to the standard, we think time will not be much more. Okay. But early the best. There are some our customers may be, I mean, business partners may be there as a consultant. So we'll definitely think that whenever you are getting new client, instead of having the transition period and enjoying 3 years period, let us go to the new standard. So it is learning for you. It is a good experience for the client. And we as a certifying body, we will also have the new clients. So organization need to transit in a 2016 version within the 3 years. Sir, it was the earlier time. Okay. But since the 2015 to 2026 changes are very minimal, so IAF may say that early period, that period may be reduced. That is what I'm trying to explain. 96 to 2004, there was a big changes. So time was given much more. 2004 to 2015, there was totally transition, that was high level structure. So people have enjoyed maximum benefit. Commonly, we always see last date of the income tax, and we wait for that also. If government gives some extension, something like that. But here it will not be the case, because changes from 2015 to 2026 are very minimal. So therefore, definitely it will be a early. I think they shall not be even more than 1 year. I'm as a person, I'm talking. Yeah, naturally, Sujit Kumar, for certificate also, if you are a lead auditor as per 2015, you need to update yourself by 2 days training. That is called as transition lead auditor course. But remember, it has got examination also, and which will be an online examination. Those who are lead auditor for the 2015 standard, they need to go for 2 days transition course, and then they will be a lead auditor for 2026 by doing the 2 days IRCA lead auditor course followed by online examination. You may be knowing that currently all lead auditor courses from November 22, all our online examinations are there. Similarly, for 2015 standard, you have to go for IRCA course, and this examination will be online, and it is a 2 days transition course. I think I talked about that also. Yeah, definitely. They will also announce cutoff date for earlier timeline if that is so. Yeah, definitely. Definitely they will say. Okay, fine. So cutoff date for current standard and then transitional period, it will be given. Yes, sir. Next. Yeah, how to prepare? Now this is the question. So when you want to prepare, there are two people come into the way. Client has to prepare themselves to go for new standard. Our business partners, customer, this consultant, they also are guiding. They are hand holding people for both the bridge, okay, certifying body and the client. So they also need to prepare. And we as a certifying body, we also need to prepare because we have to also make our auditors train on that line. So naturally, everybody's preparation stage, not only certifying body, you as a client or our business partner consultant, all need to update it. It is generally recommended to start early, preferably at the draft stage. Sir, some companies are very smart. They start with the DIS stage only. Okay, we have seen in 2015 time. Okay, when the 2015 standard came in a draft level, people started working on that, and by the standard came, they were ready for certification. That was the case. So some people are, we can say, early birds. No, sir, it is not specifically saying greenhouse gases. It is not. It is only talking about climate change. Clause number 4.2, external issues as a climate change. It doesn't talk about specifically greenhouse gases. No. It will be a part of sustainability, ISO 14064. Okay, sustainability. Okay, familiarize yourself to the changes and plan incorporation, needed changes into the management system. Recommendation steps. Get to know the changes, the revised standard early on. So I will request when January or December 26, December 25 and January 26, probably we are going to get final draft. That time only itself, we shall tighten the belt together. Consultant, client, and we as a certifying body. We should start working on that. Ensure that relevant personnel in your organizations are trained and understand any change in certifications or clarifications. Identify the gap which need to be addressed to meet the new requirement and other clarifications in a new version. Establish an implementation plan, implement actions and update your management system to meet a new requirement. This is what we propose. So technically we shall start working on December itself. Yes, what is your question? Does it mean organization already certified by 2051 has to have 1 meter? Yes, naturally. By default, madam, if the certification, the client which is already certified for 2015, and if they want to continue the certification, naturally they have to certify 2026 by default, no madam, which was already there. When the standard came in 2015, the companies which were certified for 2004, they went to 2015. It's a process, no? Isn't it? Yeah, you can change in the manual, no problem. Yes, you can revise current manual to the 2026 structure, absolute no issue. Yes, and you can give the revision also. Example, if you are having current revision of 2015 standard, let us say you got revision, okay? So you make it again to revision 0 if you want to, as per your document control procedure. I don't know what is your document control procedure. You can say, or even you don't want to have that revision 0 back to the 0, you can continue with the amendment saying that there is a change in the standard. Yes, before that, not till March 28, madam. Yeah, technically, if they give the, yes, you are right. If they give the 2 years transition period, so definitely before the March 2028, we shall get. Because changes from 26 standard from 2015 are very minimal. So therefore, that 3 years relaxation period which we have enjoyed from 96 standard to 2004, 2004 to 2015, we have enjoyed enough. That will not be there. Definitely, it is before that. You are right. Thank you. Yeah, these are the changes. Yes, it is over now. Saurabh, any next slide is there? Yeah. How we can support as a quality Astria? Okay. Can we get PPT, sir? We will not be able to give you. This is our copyright. Okay, straight answer. Don't feel bad. Okay, fine. Once you start preparing the transit to a new version of 14,001, we can support your journey. Sir, any question, any query, any questions, any clarification, any advice, we are available. Please write to us. Any questions? We'll be able to support you too with webinars to get overview and main changes and transition process. That is the reason I said we are just discussing on the DIS at the moment for EMS. This standard is going to have December or January FDIS, that is final draft internal standard. We may have one more webinar. QMS is also getting changed. So for QMS also we'll have DIS. Please join. Okay, ISO 45001 is also getting changed. There will be DIS. So in fact, we are waiting 6 times. All the 3 standard DIS, all the 3 standards FDIS. So please join and write your questions. It will help us to also amend ourselves. So training where you learn more about the revisions and how to tackle key areas to continue to improve and build high performing management. Self-assessment to evaluate your compliance with the revised standard. Transition audit to move your certification in the new version of the standard. We can support you every step of the way. So this is what we can do as a certifying body. Definitely we'll be arranging the lead auditor courses, awareness courses, internal auditor courses, transition courses. So various training need or mode will be following. The same climate change, what we have done in amendment, so nothing same. It is not differ, sir. As we have done the treatment for climate change as an amendment, it is only the part of the standard. That's all. Whatever we have done as an amendment from February 25, it is audited by our auditors. Climate change is being audited as the external issues as well as need and expectation under the clause number 4.2. It is the same. So it is only the difference. Now it has been a part of it. It was outside the standard. Now it is in the standard. That is the only change. So whatever we have done as an amendment, same treatment is considered as a pastel. We have done a pastel, that external internal issues. Yeah, same. Yeah, we had a climate change as an amendment. Now it is a part of the standard. That is what I'm telling. Earlier it was amendment. Now it is a part of it. Clause number 9, I already told, madam. Clause number 9, I'm telling you, in a DIS, we know very well that general clause, which I said, clause number 6, clause number 10, the general clause is merged with other clauses. In the management review, at the moment, they are silent on the general clause, that is 9.3.1 as a DIS. In FDIS, we don't know. So at the moment, when we refer the clause number 9, it is 9.3.1, 9.3.32 and 9.3.3. It is the same. There is no change at the moment. Did I answer your question? Yes, yes. It is mandatory to retain any evidence of the climate change. Yes, definitely. Instead of that, I will tell you as an auditor or trainer, as an auditor, I will ask how the climate change has affected your organization's product, activity, services in the environment point of view. Sir, look into that angle. Are you understanding? Sir, question will be asked, auditor will ask how the climate change has affected your organization's activity, product and services in the environment point of view will be the question. So you shall be ready for that answer, right? Yes, what can be the evidence we can check for prepare? Which preparation, Aditya? What can be the evidence we can check for or prepare? Yeah, definitely. Climate change, example, let us say heavy rains. Heavy rains is a climate change or no? So how it has affected the product, their activity, product and services? You can see they are having the, let us say, steel plant. Steel plant is having heavy rains. What will happen, sir? In their yard, whatever the material is being there kept because of rainy season, that will come in the contamination of water. and whatever the material is there, slag is there on that steel product, it will go to the land, release to land. That is the effect. Okay, yes or no? Fine. Example, there are some chemicals are there because of heavy temperature, high temperature, climate change, it will get evaporated, it will be released to air, and air pollution. There will be drought also, some cases. No, it will not strengthen. It will not strengthen. It is the same. It is not strengthening anything. It will climate change may change from it will change from organization to organizations, activity, product, and services. And as an auditor, as a requirement of the client shall think of climate change, how it is affecting to their activity, product, and services as a environment management system. That is what is expected, and that is being audited. Saurabh, can you go to the FAQs? Point number 9. See, you want to say that? Point number 9. Yeah. How does strengthen the climate actions? Okay. By requiring organizations assess, mitigate, report climate impact on decarbonization. So that is what I said now. If the steel plant is there and if they have kept material in their yard, what will happen? And heavy rains are there beyond the point. So whatever the material is kept on the open without any oil and grease, let us say that material is full of oil. Let us say Pinar Steel in Nagarjuna district, Medak district in Andhra Pradesh. Pinar Steel is making steel, this particular panel, sheet metal panel for truck manufacturing, Tata Motors or Ashok Leyland, all that. Let us say they have kept rust preventive oil for all the panels, and all the panels are in the godown, stockyard. Heavy rain started. What will happen? That will come in contact with the oil. This oil and grease will go to the land and it will be a release to the land. And this is the aspect. And impact is land pollution. This is because of the climate change. Example, is it clear, not clear? Exactly. So it may be the organization's activity, product, and services need to be considered due to the climate change effect. Yes, very correct. Rusting and corrosion also is a part. Yes, tower part, very true. And that is the reason, madam, all the towers are being galvanized, and periodically galvanizing is not possible. So once they are erected, they are not being done anything on that. So it is expected that they shall look into this. You are right, perfectly right. You can write many more questions because the time is very limited. Okay. Anything else is there? Saurabh, any other next slide is there? Or it's over?
This is other info is left and few questions.
Yeah, few questions are there again. 17 to 23 questions. It's our joy and privilege. Why are you saying thanks? Okay.
We'll open up the session, participants, for question and answer, so you can unmute yourself. You will be able to provide your views as well. So
yeah. So that
you still have a lot of time for the session.
Yeah, fine. So 17 to 23 question. So same case. Rajiv Ranjan, yes. Natural resources, yes, it is the same thing. Example, Rajiv, there are heavy rains are there. Let us understand. There are heavy rains are there. Okay, or there are heavy this Fani in Orissa. Okay, in Orissa there is Fani. You know that very clear. And now there are coal plants are there in Orissa. Lot of plants are there in Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Sipat, and there are dust particles are there on coal. Heavy wind is coming. What will happen? You tell me climate change. What will happen to natural resources? All the suspended particle will go in the air only. So it is released to air and air pollution. No, sir, there is no requirement. CSG is not a mandatory at the moment as per DIS. Yeah, this is the other info. 14,004/2015, which was connected to the implementation guidance for 14,001. Sir, I don't want to tell, but many people have not referred 14,004 standard at all. It is a so beautiful standard is there. If you refer 14,004 now also, Annexure A is given very beautiful example. There are 3 separate examples are given: activities, product, and services. Separate examples are given. Okay. But we are not concentrated here. So similarly, there will be also one standard will come up for 14,004, 2026 may come, or maybe little later, but it will come. Are you understanding? 14,001, if you go to the bibliography, current standard, in the bibliography, there is a standard called as 14,004, which is the implementation guideline standard for 14,001 currently also. what we are proposing or what we are telling with our experience for 14,001 2026 for implementation guidance, there will be a standard 14,004 2026, and this 14,004 2026 standard is having beautiful examples in the annexure A about aspect, impact, very nice. Those are not referred till now. I will appeal, please visit that standard annexure A. 9001 2015 for quality currently under the revision process. So we are going to meet again for 14,001. 45,000 is also going to be changed. So keep this date with your mind. And we are also focusing. We'll again send the invite to you. We request you please join. So this is also getting changed. It's so detailed, it has not come, sir. Okay, Amit Kumar ji, it has not come so detailed what you are asking, but we'll have to wait for final draft. Then only we can talk about. But one thing is that instead of outsource, they have changed this as a externally provided product or service. Okay, like our QMS, we talk about externally product and services. So similar title has come in 14,001 instead of outsource. That is the change is happening. But if further detail what you are looking for, it will take time to speak on much more, because at the DIS stage, I don't want to speak anything from my mind. We have to leave it by DIS. So let us wait for some time. If anything comes to us, since we are a quality stage, a part of working group 15. So if we get something, more information, definitely we'll answer, or we have additional webinar again to consider your question. So I request you can put your questions more. So we'll collect all the questions data. We'll try to amend our presentation. We may add more points to clarify. That much we can say at the moment. Thank you very much from my side. Yes, Saurabh.
Participants, you can now unmute yourself. You would be able to unmute yourself and ask your questions or express your thoughts as well. We still have a lot of time left. So please feel free to unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Thanks to both of you. Thanks to the faculty for his excellent standard knowledge, and then really sharing the in-depth detail of the changes. Thanks a lot, as well as to the Quality Austria. This is Kodan Raman here. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, sir. My name is Hanmanta from Astra Microwave Private Limited, Hyderabad.
Yes, sir.
I work in the defense industry. Already, where client, where our QAC is our sub customer, supplier also, what I can call. So here my question is that once again, first thanks to Satish sir, excellent. What is his patient and what I can see has gone through very detailed this one, and I'm appreciating the QSA. Most of the things will happen FDIS only. They will give this session will be there, but you are very proactive QSA. You started the DS stage only. This all the information change. Still so much change maybe happen, but still you are covering some content what is applicable to know. My question is there if the climate change is if I'm addressing my company certified the 1431 and aerospace standard also ISO 9001 also. Once if you address in the climate change in ISO 1431, still it is required in QMS also. It is both are different, or it will help to if it is help if you already am what is addressing in the EMS. That is my question.
So Rao sir, instead of making two documents, why don't you make one single? So if you make an integrated management system, so what is integrated management system? Two or more than two standards are implemented together. System is called as integrated management. So Rao sir, better you make it integrated management system. So separate documentation is not required. Simple. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, but I agree with you. But the only thing is there in aerospace standard, we have the different certificate body, and still now we are not integrated. Only ISO 14,001, 45,001 integrated, but aerospace we are not integrated with these systems. That is our concern, our constraint. Correct. I can call.
No problem. So still you can show this document itself suffice the purpose.
Okay, thank you.
But AIS and IATF you cannot combine with it. Sir. Only ISO 91445 only you can call it as IMS.
Correct.
But you can address in both the manual. Sorry to intervene. You can address in both the manual.
Sir, he don't want to write it again, sir.
Agree, but
don't want-
unfortunately, he is not with 91445. He is at AS 9100 and 14.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh sir and Satish sir. Once again, excellent what is effort and initiation by the QSA. We have typed with the other CBs also. Till now, I didn't get like that webinar. Frankly, with you, great. We are proactive once again. Thanks to you all both.
Thank you.
So definitely we'll have one for QMS and 45 also, but then since EMS is the first one not to be released, so we initially have planned for EMS and soon we'll be communicating you for others as well. So any more questions? I think so we
Yeah,
have
good evening,
answered.
good evening,
Hi.
sirs.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Manoj Pal from Motherson. Thank you so very much for explaining so very much details about what are the expected changes at very early stages and explaining very well. So it will help us. Thank you so very much once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback. Any more questions? I think so. We have answered most of the questions which were there in the chat. If we have missed anything, please you can unmute yourself and feel free to ask the questions, please. We still have 15 minutes. We still have a lot of time. Major time we have kept for the question and answer. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sujit Kumar from Jamshedpur, sir. It
Hello.
was a great and nice presentation, sir. And that too at DI stage. So it was wonderful. And we had a very nice learning from the session. And it will help us in implementation also. So thanks again. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Sudhir Patil, sir, has raised his hand.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for your so interactive session. It was a nice session, sir. My question is that why these amendments in standards are not taken all together? That is 9001, 14,001 and 45,001. Because sometimes what happens now, we have certification audit in April or May. Okay, we are implementing IMS. All three standards are integrated there. So if all three standards are altogether revised, we can go for simultaneously for an IMS. Otherwise, now I have to go for certification audit again, and then again we have to go for upgradation.
The question
Got,
is, Patil sir. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Patil sir, everybody is having their own changes because the feedback which comes from the working draft. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And there is a lot of jagran and discussion is happening.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that
Yes, sir.
flow diagram, working
Yes, yes,
draft,
I know.
draft
Yeah.
internal. So for 75% voting has to agree.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. And that is the reason it is taking time. So simultaneously, it is it's impossible.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Example, we are talking about today on environment. But
Yeah.
if you talk about water management, water efficiency management system, it is 2019.
Okay.
46,001. Some people may not have heard also. There is a standard of water
Yes.
management.
Yes, yes.
This is the case because things are changing accordingly, number one. And
Hmm.
from these stages, working draft into standard, it takes a lot of time. So simultaneously, and another, Patil sir, for ISO
Yes.
9001, committee is different. ISO
Yes.
TC 176.
Yeah, technical
Okay,
committees
ISO
are different.
Correct. Correct. ISO
But,
TC 207.
Sir, what my suggestion is that okay, that revisions are undertaking separately and differently, but they can publish them at a time. It will be better for everybody, sir.
Sir, it is not in my hand or it is not.
Yeah, it's not in our control. It's an international forum.
No.
It's international
Even
forum.
if it
Your
there
question is valid,
there
sir,
there
but
may be
yeah.
chances of 1 year, suppose so we can hold that standard and we can publish it all together, because now I have to certify my certification audit is I have to conduct, then again go for upgradation. I cannot go for IMS upgradation right now because of all three standards are not revised.
Sir, anybody
Yeah,
will not
but-
be time will not be suitable for anybody. So as it is not suitable, it may be
Yes.
suitable to somebody else also. No, what you say? Are you understanding?
Yes.
So today
Yeah.
it is not suitable to you, but it may be very suitable to someone else also. That way it is. Because
Yeah.
committees are different and the feedbacks are coming slowly. Discussions are taking place. Therefore,
Okay.
matching XYZ particular committee, it's very difficult. And particular company, it is very difficult.
Okay. Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kapil Saini, sir, you have raised your hand.
Yes, good evening, sir. Sorry to say I was joined late little bit, but I have the same question. As we have integrated management system in our organization, and ISO 14 and 45K is integrated. So, what will be the method of transition in future? I was looking on the presentation that ISO 14 will be revised in 26 and 45 will be revised in 27. So,
Hmm.
will we transit for ISO earlier and then for ISO 45K?
Yes, that is
Yeah,
what
depending
my
upon
concern also.
that is that, yeah. Yes, you can have, but you can do early then changes also.
Or we can stay. We will transit both of them in 27. Will we have this
Together.
choice, or will
Yes, yes, it will
we
have.
need
It
to
will
do
have,
this?
it will have choice, no problem.
But
Yeah, it will have
for
choice.
for
Okay.
that we have to certify first, and then we have to go for upgradation.
Patil sir,
Yes, sir.
that will be
Yes,
case
sir.
to case. We cannot
Yes,
give
sir.
blanket answer like that.
It depends on your validity of your current certificate
Correct,
also.
correct. That is
Yes,
why I say
yes.
case
Yes,
will
yes.
differ case to case. It cannot be
Yes, sir, yes,
blanket
sir. Okay.
answer.
The same thing will
Yes.
be implemented. Like will depend on the CB also. Some CB will
CB
start something later, and will
No.
start will.
CBs will start. CBs will start very similar time, but we are
Okay.
very proactive. That is Saurabh's idea. The
Okay,
brain
okay.
behind is Saurabh.
Great,
Okay,
sir.
he said, no, let us go in the market and do something and tell people are asking this. So that was his idea. Okay.
Great,
Fine.
great, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, somebody is giving feedback that Saurabh is super. I say, yes, I know.
So not me, Quality Austria, sir. It's initiative by
Somebody-
Quality Austria as
Somebody
well.
saying Q Austria is super proactive than other CB. Somebody can say not Q Austria, in bracket you write it Saurabh. That will be more appropriate.
I'll agree with you, sir. I'll agree with you.
Thank you. See, somebody is supporting me. Okay.
Vandana, ma'am.
We'll
Thank you,
support.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you
Okay.
you all. So I think so. There are no more questions. So
Thank you. We can.
Yeah.
But Satish sir,
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
when we'll
Chappandi,
go to the
Bhavanaru, sir.
management, no?
Bhavanaru,
Hello?
Bhavanaru, sir. Bhavanaru. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I'll be
I
here.
speak Telugu. I say that is the reason. Bhavanaru.
Bhavnar. Okay, thank you, sir. You know Telugu also. Chala, very
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy. You are speaking
Oh,
Telugu
okay.
also.
Okay, good.
When you come
Go
to Hyderabad, please come, sir. Again, we'll learn. You can learn more Telugu also.
Yeah. No, I know Telugu better than anybody.
Oh, great. Not Telugu,
Okay,
sir.
go ahead.
Okay.
Good. Go
And
ahead.
what is the question? No, generally when the slight changes in the standard, no, when we'll go to the management present, no, the change again, revision of change again, trainings and all, no, it will cost. Sometimes I seen ISO 9001 or 2008 also only the number is changed 2000 to 2008. Everything is same standard. Just small words are changed, but it is costed more to the management and companies. That is also one concern I seen, but I understand we cannot do anything with the ISO certificate bodies. But sometimes, no, when the changes are very slight, no, when the change is standard change, we have to buy the standard, we have to go to the training. It will costing more to the companies. Always small scale industries are again very tough for them also to bear the cost. That is my input only. We cannot change anything. Just a concern. I want to tell you.
You want me to give answer for that or no answer, or shall we only listen? Oh, sir, you tell me. If you want to us
No,
listen,
always
we
no.
are
As
okay.
MR, I'm MR. No, when I'm presenting to the change, अरे कुछ भी change नहीं अरे क्यों पैसा ये वो
Right, sir.
sometimes no ISOs also become like a commercial. People are my
No.
management
Sir,
also
sir.
telling something.
Sir,
Like
I'll tell you. See, 2000 to 2008, what your statement is there, I agree. There
Yeah,
was a small change. To QMS, I agree. 2000, 2008. But
Yeah,
other
yeah.
standard, this rule is not there, sir.
Yeah, I have to.
That
It is
particular-
early to talk. I have to see the draft, final draft
Yeah.
also. What is the ISO?
Correct,
What
correct.
will
So
change?
that-
It is early to talk. Comment also on the ISOs.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And thank you all. Thank you for your
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
feedback.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate your time you took to join us today. And before we close, I'll just sincere thanks to Satish sir, for sharing his expertise with us. So, and if you still have any further questions or need any clarification on any topics, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thank you once again, and we look forward for you to join our further sessions.
Yes.
Goodbye, have a good day, and have a very happy weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
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 you very much.
you all,
Thank you.
all participants.
Yeah.
Thank you.
all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So shall we leave, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.